I guess the problem with these really good fake IDs is that anyone can get them. You order them off the internet. They give you a group discount if you get several of your friends together. They can pass an ID scanner. They can pass a UV test, which is a light you shine across them to see the hologram. You know, they're coming from just about every state. And since we see so many states with it being the university and countries, it's kind of hard to spot which one's going to be fake and which one's not. All you have to do is send a money order, and it takes about a month to get one. You send them the money order and they send it back. And ones that I know to be fake, I've seen fool KPD officers. You know, really on a good one, if you, like these Ohios are actually really good. If you don't know that that's fixing to be the new big one that they're all ordering because they're so good, you know, the only way they can tell is to run them through their main computer, NCIC or whatever they call it, which is outside of my realm or scope of what I'm able to do. It's gotten to the point now that there's really, I think Half Barrel on the Strip used to use the ID scanner, and since all of these can beat it, what's the point in using an ID scanner? They don't even make an ID scanner right now that can tell. I'd say we'll take up several hundred in the first month of school. You know, that's, I'm going to be curious to see what the new state's going to be that they're all going to be producing, because most of them gotten wise. We got to the point that even for people who really were from South Carolina and Florida last year, we wouldn't take their IDs just because it became such a hassle. And we kept having a disagreement with the KPD officers as to who was responsible, us by letting them use their fake ID or them by producing their fake ID. Well, finally we've established that it's them by producing their fake ID, thank goodness, but still, it's still a hassle. Technically, it alleviates me of any liability because they're committing a crime by producing this ID, by possessing the ID. With these, it's a Class C misdemeanor, I think. And then if you're using someone else's ID, it's actually a felony. The best way on these is to catch them through the county and the city. Because what they do when they send off for them, they'll use their real name, they'll use their real date of birth except for the year, they'll use their real address, they'll just change the city and the county that they live in, because it's not, obviously, if they're from Tennessee, Fort Lauderdale's not in Tennessee. So, you know, if you can trip them up that way. But beyond that, I mean, you know, their school ID is going to match, their credit cards are going to match, their insurance cards are going to match. So that's really the only way that you have is just to sit here and quiz them for a minute and see if you can trip them up in their story. The dead giveaway is when the South Carolina ones came out, say, or the Florida, there would be 300 people in line and 200 of them had either a South Carolina ID or a Florida ID. Obviously, they're not all from South Carolina and Florida. You know, if you see 5 or 10 of them, there's no way to catch it. Trying to walk that fine line of you're not doing anything wrong, but you're still allowing someone to have a good time, because that's in the end what they're here for. So, you know, then you just got to pay your taxes and go on with it.